through most of NorCal Regional's MVCI. And then stopped rather abruptly. The supers are both weak as hell, but they're very combo friendly. Both of them, it's very, very easy to combo super afterwards. Rocket's so cheap, dude. He got two 50-50s there. Balance Rocket. Make him actually, like, fair. I don't know if I think Rocket's #1 in the game, but he's got to be up there. I don't know if I really think he's that strong. But he does disgust me, you know? Mika's not so bad anymore, but she used to be that same thing. I didn't think she was amazing, but I hated her. Zangief's a little bit like that too, I guess. We don't know. We don't know if Capcom is done with this game. Signs point to yes. Capcom's been very quiet about the whole thing. Angry Joe's Street Fighter board game. No. To be quite frank, like, I think board games are like the most boring thing in the universe. And I'm always baffled whenever I see those, like, posts. People with, like, 100 different board games. I feel like board games could be good. But every board game I played, and I played like a decent number, haven't been really into it. Different people like different things. I can see how other people would like board games. Card games I usually don't like either. One of my games has a major plot reveal, and thus I don't want to show myself working on it. And the other one is really funny, and thus I don't want to show myself working on it. So I'm in this really awkward position. I'll probably regularly, once I finish the funny one, I'll probably regularly start making videos of me working on the big one. I'm probably the only person streaming a lot of shit at 4 AM. Is that a punish? What does the Space Stone do? Is he really trying to just build Space Meter? It looks like an unnecessary risk. If Hawkeye died, he'd be in an actual fair match. Well, I wouldn't call it fair, but I'd call it winnable. That's so cool. What's that name? That name is technically you could spell it in Japanese. But that would be a very irregular word in Japanese. Dude, I'll actually make that game. I feel like I could program Flappy Bird in like 2 seconds. Like, I know enough about game programming now to make Flappy Bird. He should have stepped on that, yeah, after the Power Stone. He took too long to do it, so he lost his meaty. It's good to dispel that thing. Yes, combos that don't move forward. Yeah, he tried to dispel it by like dashing and blocking. You slide a little bit if you dash and then hold down back in this game. You don't stop instantly. You can use that to slide onto traps. You really should be able to attack that trap. That's the problem. You can destroy Rocket's other traps by attacking them. I know it costs a bar, but it's so good. That big trap is so good. It pays for itself so hard. It's one of the best supers in the whole game. It's just so hard to do anything about it. You just have to respect it for so long, which gives Rocket like a lot of free, you know, traps, which then leads to free space stones into 50/50s. I'm pretty sure I could make my own Flappy Bird, but I don't think I could make Snake. But Snake is a much simpler game. I could make Snake very easily because I could just copy paste the source code because it's just out there. A million people have reverse engineered Snake.
That's what I was wondering. Like, does he have any other characters on deck that he could possibly pull out? But maybe he could just be cooling him down, just thinking about it. Yeah. So straightforward. There are definitely times where you want to stick to your guns and play the matchup that you know, even if it's a bad one.
Looking at Ghost Rider and Nova, I don't know about that synergy. Looking at Time Stone, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm kind of excited. It does give you a way in a way. I thought with Time Stone initially that you could do it forward or backward, but it turns out you can only do it forward. And I was like, oh, it's not as good really. If you could do it away, it'd be kind of neat. Got both. Oh, that would have been really nice. On any other character. Oh my god, look at this. You can just hang around that trap for so long. You have to move so awkwardly around that trap. It doesn't work well with the movement of this game. Whoa. What the fuck did he do to get Ghost Rider to come out on that side? Nova has some attack that turns him around. I mean Ghost Rider to come out that side. That's some wild shit that just happened. That was actually really cool. Dante can do that with his little dive. Even if he doesn't cross you up, he can have a character come in the other way, because he turns around. Dante's, what's it called? Rain, Acid Rain. Is that it? I don't remember. Dante's got so many moves. The overhead. That's level 3. That was late. You missed it, yeah. This can maybe kill? I don't know. I think this can kill. He needs to spend maybe another bar. Yeah. He should have done it, to be honest. Should have done it and saved the storm. And then used the storm now. That would have been so much better than what he did. Holy shit. Looks like he... Oh, never mind. We marvel too! We marvel too! We've officially done it. We've hit Marvel 2 levels if comebacks aren't happening. I wish people did that more. Not really. It's hard to say. It's a lot faster to just watch the beefy parts.
really like the change to
No, I like time. I liked power more than time for that. God, he definitely didn't need to eat that.
How do you beat this?
This team is very strong. Zoning's well and alive and in this game. I'm actually not really... Neither zoning nor rushdown seems to be overpowered at all.
My jeez.
Good team synergy there. A lot of team synergy on this team.
Rinse, repeat.
Gimlet didn't hit Nova. Hasn't taken damage yet. 15 seconds into the match. 15 marble seconds. Commentator saying the same shit. Oh, this is horrible.
I don't want to say it.
This is horrible, dude.
Shut up! Don't.
Oh my god.
A word that is gold with a certain amount of letters in it. Super neat.
I'm working on an action platformer.
Oh, I think that was a instant overhead that opened him up. Spent it like in the corner. Oh, the fake overhead.
The teams have gotten disgusting. We're deep enough in the tournament.
Animals.
There's an OTG here.
Oh, let him live. Get out.
I wonder if he just didn't have enough hit stun scaling or what. Or had too much hit stun scaling, rather.
Oh, Raccoon got in the way.
So badly I want to make video games.
Like, I got you, homie.
But I don't want to do it like for a company.
Oh,
I want to indie.
okay. Raccoon comes
I've
back.
got some ideas that are actually like probably marketable.
Space don't activate and gets pulled into the trap. Nice. Super Noob knows very well how to protect himself when he's stuck in a box. Yeah, oh, okay. Grabs him. Scooper-Rooney.
I mean, that's something.
Oh, he went for a grab.
That's hard punch into back, I think, to get that upward arrow. He wanted back hard punch. You want to write a soundtrack, huh?
Drop combo, but we
Do
still
some
got
sprite work. I might actually need that.
Raccoon does stuff. All group. This should be dead.
I've been thinking about hiring someone on to do sprites. I've also been considering just doing it myself. I'm not that great at that sort of thing, but you know. I also want to make a game that's like fully my own. It's like a balance of wanting to make a game that's fully my own and wanting to not do that much work, or rather have work that I can actually do.
He did some work, but yeah. I don't think he really needs to adjust his game plan. He just has to make better decisions. Reactions.
I can program. Well, I can't yet, but you know, I'm not against the idea. I'm learning. And I'm certainly an idea guy. And by that I mean I'm not without ideas and not, you know. A lot of people when they say I'm an idea guy, it actually means I have no other talents.
Stay in the air to avoid the mix-up.
Saying I'm an idea guy is basically saying I can't do anything else. Since everyone's an idea guy. Or maybe not everyone, but a lot of people.
Can arrows go through the spin wheel?
A lot more idea guys than there are talented people who can do the fucking annoying shit. But I've got some ideas. Gameplay and story-wise.
Setups, blocking low, or into overhead. Whoa, oh. Oh, dang.
I've been stagnating in my life a little bit.
Out Punisher there.
Not doing anything new.
Version.
Not reaching out, not challenging myself.
Puts him in the box.
It's one of the reasons I've been getting into this recently.
And Raccoon's still out there.
I think everyone in the world should put themselves out there at some point.
Overheaded.
Just make something that's fully them, if you know what I mean.
Dead? Oh, not dead.
Return the favor. Space box. Yep, there you go.
Be very, very careful right here.
Hawkeye's pretty good in the box, though. Of course, he has those long-range projectiles. Oh man,
Fake out
box
Itsu.
combos. Oh. Everybody tags. Space Stone. Oh, stage dive.
Punisher. There's 2 bars. He has blocks. But you can't keep this guy down. He can just chill right there.
That mine is in a kind of inconvenient place.
Yeah, regular grab.
That's cool. The throw actually dispelled the mine without it doing any damage.
Right. Super Noon now has box activation.
I'm actually not enjoying this.
Gotta be careful with the trap though. Trap is off.
I want to watch something that's not 2 Rocket Raccoons. 1 Rocket Raccoon I can tolerate. But Jet is like the only character in this set that I'm enjoying. Oh, early Storm. He didn't want that. That canceled his swipe. Maybe he did want that. Maybe he didn't want to hit the mine. That might have been deliberate.
But then Super Noon can't approach because he sees that trap over there.
Can't do it. He's not building either
That's
armor.
still pretty fun.
He's really
Just trying to
afraid
wait
of
it out. Oh, try to pull him in. Punisher. It's a sick.
All that
That's
work
gonna
to
kill.
Oh,
stay-
jeez.
All that work
Very
to stay
nice.
away, and all it took was one. Come here.
Very nice call by Punisher. Oh, 30 minutes.
I feel like something you can be different depending on who you are. For some people, making something them could be like writing a book.
Disgusting.
Probably for a lot of people.
Jenna first, huh? Okay.
Everyone gets at least one really good idea. From what I know of programming, it doesn't seem too bad, but like,
Sure.
it's like it can be tedious. It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're efficient, it won't be tedious. The trick is like becoming efficient.
Dang, that trap.
The trick is getting good at it.
Okay, there we go. Stage dive.
He actually got that jump light kick.
Lane.
Trap lasts about like real life seconds. So long.
I can see how a lot of people would hate it,
That's unfortunate.
but it's just a means to an end.
Hawkeye should still be alive.
There are people who like programming,
Very
but no matter whether you like it or hate it, it's a means to an end.
No, Punisher. Oh. Punisher needs to save that Hawkeye. He's the real star of his team. Not to undertell his Raccoon. He's good. Oh.
That box position.
Hey, whose trap is that? Is that his or Super Noon's? Oh, regular scoops into supers.
That doesn't actually waste any time. It wastes just a little bit. He missed the combo. That has a no or you can follow up after that super.
Punisher can still make this happen.
Normally you see it in very deep combos. I shouldn't say normally, but often.
I'm gonna pull you
Traps.
in.
Really?
I'm gonna pull you in.
Pull everybody. Traps. Oh my jeez.
Oh my god, make it stop.
Yeah, you wanna pull me?
Oh,
Oh man. Oh, Jed's taking the shot.
He landed on the
Gohan.
mine.
Oh my jeez, it's still there.
Wow. It's done right there.
This is nasty. I don't even want to watch another round. Is this winners finals?
Combo.
Alright, there's Chris G. That was losers finals. I'm down for some Chris G. I kind of jumped into that too far. Here we go.
Monster Hunter. Well, are there any arrows that stop Monster Hunter's super armor? No, I was thinking like, oh man, maybe she's just gonna keep jumping in. But Morgan poison right now. She's getting hurt. Bull. Elegant combo.
There are people who write books at like 68 and shit.
Cycle drones. Just the basic set upward pass
The
off.
kick.
Yeah,
Oh, super armor into low tag.
okay. It didn't seem.
I'm pretty sure that quote could be attributed to a million other people before it could be attributed to me.
Gravity squeeze.
The result of getting that first hit at the opening with the round.
He charges up with the arrow.
I'm more like the exact opposite of that anyway. The reason I've been starting my video game is literally because I don't want it to be too late. I want to live in a world where I've already made something,
Oh, the armor.
not a world where I haven't made anything yet.
Need to punch him. Need to punch him. Oh, he's dead.
I didn't even say that.
Okay. Nice air confirm.
I can tolerate Rocket Raccoon if he's losing.
It's clipped by Groot.
The tiny hurt box, it's annoying. Makes it annoying to watch him for me. But the thing I really don't like is the set play. He's a very, very set play friendly character. He doesn't need to care about like what the opponent's doing.
There's the box. But we do have Groot and traps and stuff on Kalora. Oh. Chris is still stuck in.
God, this is so stupid.
Pressure gonna make this happen. I want to see it happen.
Got him. This should kill Rocket, I think.
Chris just raises up his hand.
That was close though. I think that super was a punish. I think he saw.
Oh my jeez. This man, the gall on this man.
Maybe Chris is enjoying a bit of a workout too much.
What I've made will never be enough until it's paying for my life full time.
Actually, wait.
I'm getting a decent amount of money for everything I've done. For YouTube and Twitch and Shoryuken.
For just Marvel in general, here at NCR, could we go for a 3-2?
I guess Patreon too. 4 sources of income from the internet. It adds up decently. But I've still got a part-time job besides. And if I could ever afford to not have that job, my quality of life would just go so high. I don't hate my job. I just hate working. I need something that doesn't feel like work, and almost everything feels like work to me.
As he does the fastball super jump combo thing in the middle.
Cycle drones? Oh, up arrow. My up arrows.
Oh, Shoryuken, Shoryuken, Shoryuken.
That combo was pretty cool.
Nice tag. Alright, pressure. Gotta keep that Hawkeye healthy.
Yeah, Hawkeye is like
He can just run her time so hard.
No poison.
Morning.
Nobody gets it. Already puts a bomb in space though. Oh no. Punisher's Hawkeye has barely any health and he's stuck in the box. What's gonna happen?
gets tagged by the boat.
Punisher.
I mean, there's always a certain degree of luck.
Besides the
But I think a lot of people don't have really much of an output. I think that's the big thing that separates me from most people, is that I actually make shit.
happens. Oh, it doesn't get the punish. Oh, level 3. Somebody's getting it.
Oh, he hit the assist.
And it's him.
You have to change what you do a lot
Chris G.
until you find something that's working. There's a little bit of disrespect.
Grand finals. The fastest set here.
No, don't say that. Gotta believe. Keep hope alive.
Chris looks too happy, man. He's having a
Say he
good
doesn't
time.
want to go back to character select.
Chris G. Tournament point here at Ocala Regionals 2018.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Pressure needs to
Luck is the thing that you can work to get.
East Coast putting in work.
It's all portfolios.
And can have it end off at a 3-0.
Well, it's not all portfolios, but like it's so much easier to find appeal if you've done a lot of stuff.
Guess he wants to brawl with Chris. Just to
Now let me think about this change. I'm guessing that the bullets don't go through Soulface.
I haven't tested it.
Pranker Faces sucks. It never works.
We'll see.
I mean,
I just want to see what it says.
Vanilla Infinite, it definitely would.
Go again.
Is it porn? Will I get in trouble?
But the character change might not matter because the more gets opened up, it's put in the corner. Nice block.
I think we tried to show you can out of there with the down. I saw him
Discipline is absolutely everything in this world. Discipline is like the most important thing.
Not gonna quite kill.
pick up super. She's attacking Monster Hunter in the back there. Get it, buddy. Oh, confirm. Nice. Oh, no. Get out of there, Gamora.
Definitely needs to get out safely. But he can't.
Oh, get scooped. It's all up to Rocket.
People in the crowd are yelling no bully here. Grand minus.
That connect? No, just stalling. Come on, Raccoon.
The box.
Normally you can combo a super after that. He had no meter, and also he was in the box.
Finally got a hit. Three. No.
No, just puts out a trap.
Chris would
Morgan's
be.
still in there. Alright.
Get in the box.
Chris pressure in the box. Hello still.
I like how that jump hard punch
Double three? Oh no. Doesn't need
destroys the mines on the ground. He's got 2 supers he can go for here. He might not even need 1 if he does the right combo. Looks like he still did.
Chris G takes it 3-0
Choose your
over
NorCal
HB.
Regionals 2018 Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Champion. Punisher taking a very well-deserved second place.
Good shit, good shit.
Hitbox very own
He's
Punisher.
He looks so happy. He's happy.
Meta stuff.
I feel like I didn't get 28 minutes into this at any point.
He is one of the best players at taking advantage of your knowledge of the game.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, he'll do the stuff that you'll think he's an idiot, but it's like it's still working,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So,
And it's just because it's on that much of an advanced layer of a mix-up, right?
yeah, totally, man. So shout out to Randall, staying in SoCal. We miss you.
I'm sure he's going to do work over at Anime Section.
Oh yeah, totally, man.
Be that guy. What's his name?
So now
Owl City.
Violent Kane versus Giddy. This is
He just made really, really, really good music. Put it on YouTube.
so this is a first,
Yeah, against
first
each
time
other?
meeting.
Yeah, I don't recall this.
Then he made music videos. It's all him.
All right, so oh yeah, he definitely Giddy definitely a Nakaruru player. I totally blanked on that.
Okay.
This guy, one of the
Part of the bird game.
yeah, definitely part of the bird gang, one of the most irritating bird players in NorCal. Definitely makes you miss 1.0 because you can geyser that. I'm not gonna say what she is, but Terry could geyser that on reaction.
Look at this classic ass matchup.
Now it's a train apparently.
Ooh, lands on the fan.
Yep.
It's going to be first blood for Gandy.
Giddy right now just gonna play this right where he wants to.
That's
Yep,
Sandy.
play that wall game, you know.
He's chilling.
No, solid gameplay is absolutely not enough to revive a dead game. No question whatsoever. It is completely not.
Spinning on him, rolls out.
Got the backdash too. That's nice.
There are a lot of fighting games that are dead, that are high quality.
He left blowback, long range on the my blowbacks, both in the air and on the ground.
Yep, he's got a 1 bar though, so now both gonna have to watch out for low B's in the activation. And that's exactly where Violent Kane wants to get D. Throwing a fan out of the corner at maybe 3 character spaces away. And when you're in that situation, you're kind of just thinking like, well, he's on the ground.
MVCI is not even close to the best example of that.
Before you know it, you get popped in the mouth from the sky.
Oh yeah, man.
Literally no one would even discuss reviving Street Fighter 4 if Street Fighter 5 was a better game. Even though Street Fighter 4 is a good game.
Gonna activate on block to get some momentum for himself. Oh, jumps the cross up. A good block from Violent Kane.
He is not cracking this shell right now, though. He spent a bar trying to make something happen. He's backing up. Not really, and not really hating that, but ooh, wow.
But he can't convert off the cross up.
Yeah, getting a little creative here. I like it, but he's getting no conversions. That's hard. Gets over that fireball barely.
Yeah, converting from jump ins and KO is definitely tricky. Well, it's not. It doesn't work the same as a lot of other fighting games.
Yeah, you think you have it, but it's like, no, you were too high, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely need to hit that jumping beat.
Real. Oh man, they're looking for that part, though. He only got no bar either. I don't know what he was expecting from it.
Oh, blocks on blocks.
Yep. Violent Kane seen that before.
Yeah, incredibly patient Robert play and then just take
The double cross up.
the spins. The kicks not knowing how to deal with it on defense.
Yeah, I think Gindi just hates the idea that he has to block that and then after that, unless he's going to reversal an attempt from
I know that.
Violent Kane. Yeah, you know. Yeah,
When I first started playing this game, I was like, what? I just have to hold this?
Yeah, you got to hold it.
What do you mean?
The situation afterwards is just as messed up as the actual kicks. All right, well, this is his comeback kid right here.
Nagarua, yeah, he's got to go through 3 characters. Clinging to the bird.
Yeah, and a lot of people like have still not learned how to fight Nakaruru, but Violent King really
yes.
willing to do what he has to do to beat her. Oh, that's big damage.
Oh, yeah, clips him in the ankles.
Oh, look at that overhead.
This game has bog standard combo routes for like the whole cast, and one of the things the update did was it made it so a lot of characters had alternate combo routes in addition to the standard ones. Like very few characters can do a like a super into a advanced cancel into like an EX super, and then combo out of the like have a special hit state where that particular combo of super into advanced cancel, super into EX super makes it so you can combo out of the EX super. But a couple characters have that. But it used to be like none. Well, that was something a few characters could do in KoF13. KoF13 is fantastic because there's so many different combo routes per character. Combo routes are like completely non-standard. There's like a million ways to get like powerful ass combos. And they're not really busted for the most part. Maybe a couple of them are. EX Iori. The really good characters are the ones who don't even need, the ones who only need half a drive bar to do a shit ton of damage. Like EX Iori and Mr. Karate. Kim.
This is 2.0 Athena. She's still good.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Good. Especially if he won his own. She's great for that, but he needs to be careful doing those, that footsie games. Well, the cycle balls are fine, but he's trying to play that footsie zipper game where he's like, he's going to jump back and do jump CD. If Robert don't jump back and you do jump CD, you're eating a DP.
Yeah.
See, like, he's doing that stuff right there. That's uppercut bait.
Just watch the archive.
You don't need to do that. You got the life lead, bro. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, you got real antsy after
Think about it.
Weird how that works, right? Like, oh, man, I'm winning.
I keep on forgetting that Dragon Ball FighterZ exists. Everyone else is grinding it.
Tried to DP that probably.
Cycle ball spacing. See the patient why the game confirm.
It says an unskilled hit at the end, which makes it quite powerful. No, it's the EX one. Well, it's both of them, but the EX one is much more powerful. I don't remember the names of EX supers in this game. Something something DM. It might be SDM. But SDM might just be super. But DM might just be super. It might be SDM. Climax is the level 3. After all this time, I still don't actually know whether it's stronger for him to use the EX Rombo Super or to use the level 1 Rombo Super and then do the level 1 follow-up. Desperation move is any super, I think. Including the level 1s. super desperation move. That sounds right.
To
Level 1, level 2.
Just as I say that nobody runs Iori in secondary, we've got 2 Iori secondaries.
figure the knockdown situation. Guard gets a blowback, doesn't want
Good to get out of there.
Oh no, he's just not looking for that. Genji in trouble right now. Not looking at all.
That was a safe jump. I wonder how easy that is to safe jump. Safe jumping like a Shadow Uppercut is a crazy thing. But I don't know if these are like Shadow Uppercuts.
Extremely strong player right now, but I gotta feel like Genji
I don't know how fast the Iori's uppercut is.
too much rope to hang himself with.
I think the light one might be faster than the heavy one. Same with Kyo, but I'm not certain of that.
Looking for the ultimate, jumps out of the down seat.
You see, Violent King very patient. play
Speed
off
doesn't quite work like Street Fighter.
space that he has with the Iori, neutral hop, break that wall.
Yeah,
It's not uncommon for a character to have a close heavy that's faster than a light,
full advantage of it. Players like Genji
or at least the same speed.
feel like they have to play a certain way at all times. There's no adjustment.
Most characters have at least one close heavy that's fast as fuck.
Blowback is guarded.
Ooh, that's it, baby.
The EX version of the
The hell was that? Crutch Fierce, I think.
the foot out
That looks so weird when it hits a grounded opponent.
Violent King.
I think that 4-frame start or something too.
Can he still do the little run-in? I think he usually has that combo. Command grab into run-in, close fierce, close C.
No, he actually
Christopher Gonzalez, he plays, I think, a very zoning team.
Bursted onto the scene with like Marvel 3 and Street Fighter 4 in that whole era. But he plays plenty of other
Those characters don't look too zoning.
seen him in a third
Yoshi is good. He's one of my favorite players to watch.
top 3.
Yeah, and actually, what's really funny about this is actually a classic NCR rematch because his
I'm probably going to go before too long to catch some shut-eye and then work on stuff. I said that I wouldn't have a schedule for the Shoryuken Tube videos, but I woke up this morning and I made 4 of them. And I've been releasing like 2 a day.
jump down C here tonight. The Lord.
Every character is Rashid in this game. That's like a fairly good way of explaining how KoF works. Rashid is quite a lot like a KoF character.
Back in 2012.
Like an enormous amount, actually. All special moves are KoF-ish.
MTG Yoshi in trouble.
All his combos are KoF-ish.
Mid-screen.
His running is a bit KoF-ish. I don't know what the fuck Rishi is.
It's Spooky's fault. Sorry, guys. Chris G actually getting bodied. It's just 2012 all over again.
Well, we'll see. See if he can turn it around. I'm not sure.
He might be able to. His playing is pretty solid. Now, I do think still that Chris G is not the same man that he was in 2012, and we're seeing it right now. Chris G with his chance to win this first round. Spin the meter. No, that's goes for the.
Don't you have an uppercut there? I thought you did.
That's what I'm talking about. You gotta respect it, man. These people are crazy in these streets.
They don't care. Chris turning around.
Do not take life for granted. All right, MTG Yoshi learning his lesson about Spookaku DP.
That roll away. What's he trying to bait? Meaty roll away?
Much as it hurts to just hold it, just to block the spin.
Uppercut's unsafe even if it's blocked.
It is the slowest burn to like nothing ever because it's literally nothing afterwards. So you're just like, I don't want to do anything.
And Chris controlling the second character very well so far.
Yeah, Chris G was on the ropes with his Robert Garcia, and right now he's putting Yoshi's Cola down to the
Oh, the names were swapped.
and Yoshi's Cola is
That makes more sense, I guess.
At the same time, I really feel like Robert is Chris's strongest character.
definitely.
I haven't really seen either of these guys play that much 14, but I've seen them play a ton of other KoF games.
But Leona's running against 3 characters here, and Chris G gonna get a nice chunk of life back here with how much meter? 1 bar.
Alright, still got a bar.
Zone him.
Back throw the fireballs. Has the
He wants to do damage and waste any amount of time he can.
that one was gonna get DP.
Going for the bootleg.
If he can get a decent amount of damage and waste a lot of time, then he can prevent her from restoring health. His chances of actually winning were pretty low. She's gonna have full HP, for sure.
Yoshi was looking for him to continuously back up, so he wanted to get aggressive, try to catch him off guard.
Right. He also wanted to avoid the fact that maybe this Leona was gonna start.
And he's one of my favorite characters in this game. He's one I would play if I played. I like the way all his special moves work. I like his normal set.
One of the few people left in
The way his combos work is kind of cool. I like the cancels into the fireball super.
You'll get your DP back someday.
His 1 bar is pretty good. His 2 bar is really, really good. He seems to get really good damage for 2 bar.
Nice trade.
I like the fireball and the uppercut. I like the jumping kick that you can cancel early. Oh no.
I don't know what he thought he saw there.
Climax, climax, climax. Oh. It's terrible use of meter in that context.
And he was like, oh,
It'd be good if Andy was the last character, but he's not.
all right, bootleg cross up again.
You get diminishing returns for every bar you spend, but it's not extreme. Oh, that could have killed. That actually would have killed.
And we're seeing this happen.
If he spent like 2 bars, that might have been a dead Andy. That would have killed, or that wouldn't have killed, but that would have done a shit ton too.
You gotta be ready for that.
If you got 3 bars, generally speaking, the best damage you can do is max mode into climax with no other super.
He had to punish. And then he's finally throwing out his shokens.
Spending meter in 2s is the most practical and damaging in this game. Spending meter in 1s isn't bad either. Generally speaking, max mode is the best return for 1 bar, but certain characters can get max damage with super instead.
We have the anchor battle. Bar advantage heavily in Chris G's favor.
Totally, but right now, I would say that Yoshi totally comfortable. 1 bar, he's going to make Christie come to him. Christie may not do it immediately, but eventually he's going to find his way into landing on a low B or even stand C, but no activation.
Well, yeah, Yoshi's got to kind of play the chase game now.
He's not going to stay on the ground for that, though. He's smart. He's like, you know what? I'm going to let you come in on me. You're going to have to catch me in the air. Ooh, no activation, no.
Blow back, get him off.
And I want to say that Yoshi's playing this too conservatively, but it actually might just be that he just can't get to confirm.
Yeah.
And it's scary because you see that D come out in the air and you're just like, I don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Oof.
Yeah, man, you can't challenge that.
Was that stand D crush lows or something? It goes hella far,
Oh, no,
but people just use it errantly, like at any range. It's probably a low and throw crush.
that happens.
That button. Betty Mars normals are hella good, but they're all kind of slow, maybe. Well, they're not all slow.
On the revenge of 2012,
The pokes are slow, but go really far.
1-0 versus MTG Yoshi. Wizards of the Coast. Holler at your boy. Give him some love, man. He is a Genki. Oh boy. Alright, Yoshi looking a little more patient here. Not gonna just give this Robert Garcia the openings.
They'd be disgusting. They'd be good. They'd be disgusting.
Now, the weird thing about that jump D is that like it was
I don't want to imagine that.
reason, like Benny Morrow's jump D, no matter where it hits you, there's a confirm coming afterwards, man.
Right?
Like he just teleports to the ground afterwards.
And it's the Benny Morrow privilege.
The empty low not only having one of the highest jump arcs in the game, but also one of the best jump ins in the game. Oh, it's the close D rod.
He was just shy of a second bar when he landed that, but then he dropped the combo anyway. In max mode, you don't build any bar.
Now he's got to play his own game.
It would have been okay to spend a bar if he got it. 2 bar combo would have been pretty good there. He can kill with a... I don't know if it'll kill.
I was gonna say unless Yoshi pulls off an amazing jump,
You get like 350, I think, ish. Depends on the character. 330, somewhere in that territory for a 1 bar max mode combo.
Did come out on top. He's not going to get too much life back.
yeah, but now he's got to fight this Benny Morrow with Andy, and I'm not.
Depends a lot on the character. Not a whole lot. Damage versus meter spent is more consistent than you would think in this game.
And we are already even on life due to the 1 bar damage from Benny Morrow.
All right, throws him into the corner. What's he got for him?
I wouldn't really call this really tier whoring. I guess there is a Benny Mario on each team. Kula's been relatively consistent. Andy's not like a super strong character in this game.
He's with you.
Yeah, fireball to the chest.
Leona's had a little bit of success.
Like when Goku was training in the
She's had decent success.
you know what I mean? She was taking the fireballs to the chest to get stronger.
He's like, oh man, they almost broke his chest.
I actually do wonder how they've made 14 of these games. I feel like most of them don't make that much money. It must all be in international stuff, dude.
Yoshi not
Latin America,
losing the cool.
South America, China. I don't know how well they sell in I don't know how well they sell in
At opening day, 3 bars.
Japan.
Hell, 2 bars rather.
It must be low cost of investment, or like the way that they get the returns is different. Something about they're good at the way that arcades worked, I guess.
He is the new cheesecake.
They on the top. Benimaru used to be a lot better than he is now.
How do you do a raw sink jump?
Same with Robert.
Oh man, he got too comfortable there.
Yeah, remember, Yoshi still has an angry character on deck.
Yep, and he may not even have to use him. Oh my god.
With the crouch
That
beam.
whip confirmed too, I like it. That's classic KOF right there.
Yeah, they even go to max mode, so level 1 super.
Oh, I've got KoF14 Leon in my mind.
Oh, Rick, we are. That is unfortunate.
Man. Yeah, I don't know if he wanted that. Kind of looks at the stick in a very displeased manner afterwards.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do after that, you know? Like, what you doing, man?
Yeah.
I know, I yell at my stick at least 5 times a week.
Alright, EGNY Chris G, NTG Yoshi going to the final game.
When I say Benimaru used to be better than he is now, I'm talking about the pre-patch,
Maybe not playing that game.
not previous KOFs.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't, right? After he got the first strike in this match, I figured he would kind of take that lead advantage and go back.
Yeah, but he put himself in a situation now he just can't win because he tried to stand up to Benny Morrow. He got to do crazy stuff like that now.
Chris fixed the best.
Oh, going for the safe jump, goes for the low. Now he's put himself in the corner. See, now he's just, Benny Morrow was just too close for a fireball in that situation.
Yeah.
Yoshi playing that perfectly where he's like, you're going to jump back, I'm running forward. Throw that fireball, please. Oh, just a little outside. He could have DP'd the hell out of that because there was nothing on Benny Morrow's side that was going to actually be fast enough to punish it and have the range to punish it.
Yeah, but I think I like what Chris chose to do right there was just backdash, right? Definitely showed that he's approaching this game, this final game in this set, in a much more.
Leon is one of the least played characters in 13.
And let's face it, no one's reacting to that far, dude. Even the slow.
I would be surprised if she was like bottom 5.
Oh boy, activation off the low beat. The puddle kick.
And yeah, Chris actually jumped out of the corner numerous times this set, especially last round, right? At least escaped the corner once.
She has to work, not like work harder, not like be a better, like, she takes more skill. She's a difficult character. Where are the messy guessies? It's all messy guessies, dude, every jump. Jumps aren't invincible or anything. It's not like you can air block.
And Andy's pressure is against Kula, I mean against anybody really. It don't scare me yet. It's not scaring anybody.
Yeah.
Parrot fighting game dev. I don't know.
Yeah, if he's gonna find success with
Maybe
Andy, it's
Capcom.
gonna be all fundamentals. It's gonna be all the strength of Chris G as a player.
Right, and Yoshi's gonna
Mike Zymont.
Oh,
I don't even play Skullgirls,
On the other side as well.
freaking 2002 real Sakazaki gimmicks.
but I like him because he did it. He was the common man.
Oh my god, already activated, but it's only had the wherewithal.
Oof, that's pretty powerful for a very short combo.
Chris O tries to bait out a DP with a rollback.
And MTG Yoshi in the wow, raw activation. I like it.
Lord. You don't really see people activate for the EX moves in neutral very often, even though most EX moves are insanely good in neutral.
From 6 years ago.
Certain characters do it a lot. You always see mature players do it.
Two characters for Chris.
Yeah, and the thing about now, while the Andy pressure doesn't scare me, they have to hold the Zanakin block.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Oh, where's the thing? Both hits of that cancel.
MTG Yoshi in trouble.
Taking the damage he can get with one bar.
Yeah, he's swinging it there. Luckily, Andy ain't got no DP no more.
I don't care about who Mike Z is.
It's gonna hurt.
I only care about what he did.
EX super, get some good
Pull that
damage.
cross up. Oh, goes for the low in front.
Oof.
That is huge.
Yeah, that almost cost the Yoshi right there. The hesitation after the cross-up allowed Chris G to react just in time to block, but he still got the kill anyway.
And that's what it's about. But Yoshi running that like 50% life, but all the momentum in his favor right now. Because Chris G does not want to take a touch from this Leona, who's wild right now. She's a firecracker. Oh, no, he should not have. He actually had to punish on that roll, but he went for the rollback.
Oh, he just
That's
hits him in
it.
the
He got it.
face.
Chris G got it.
Yeah. One bar. Finish the job.
And Chris G clutches it out against MTG Yoshi, who definitely came alive in that second match.
Oh, yeah.
And he was playing him on all cylinders in the third.
Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff from Chris, playing patient, taking advantage of his leads properly. And you always got to feel comfortable, right? When you got the lead and you have Benny Maru as anchor, such a wall.
Full life, got 2 more bars than your opponent, and your opponent got 50%. You're like,
Killer.
hey.
Big chillin'. I got this jump D. I got these jump B and Ds. I got this incredible 1-bar damage. Even more when I spin 2 bars.
Right?
Who are these fuckers? Okay, I know who Hell Pockets is. But what I'm trying to say is, why am I watching Joe? I don't see Joe very often.
Is that where you feel like he's
I've got several videos dedicated to my dream fighting game. I designed a fighting game, baby. It just doesn't exist.
Versus a character with no meter, I felt way more aggressive. You know, I was like, oh yeah, hold these far stands, hold this pressure, hold these hurricanes. You're not going to do anything against
There's a verse too.
get 1 bar. You're not going to spin
Verse was not very common
his hurricane.
prior to the patch. Now I see a decent number of people playing him. He looks pretty good. He's one of the characters who usually does super enders instead of max mode combos. His max damage for 1 bar is just 1 super, and his max damage for 2 bars is 1 EX super, I think.
on display now?
Yep, I want to see it. If he loses, I'm still #1 Joe in A.
Yeah, great whip punish from Alrosa, almost putting Joe on the bench.
Oh, that's right. I can see that gamble. Big bet.
His max mode combo routes are pretty weird, I bet.
Oh, no, he
Looking at his normals. I've seen them before.
If he hadn't done EX slash kick there, he actually had an opportunity to do EX screw upper. That was actually, that might have killed her. Definitely gonna put him at a life
And
advantage.
we got him playing Gong Hill too.
Got Kung Fu Tom Jones, according to Gibby. Or Taekwondo Tom Jones.
Oh, trying to win with the flip kicks back, air to air. Just needs 1 more of those.
Backdash into flip kick is a wake up option.
Oh man, goes for that jump back, jump there.
Backdashes are airborne.
That's how you treat wayward children.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Gong Hill the master.
Look, he done killed a couple kids too, so.
Wouldn't hesitate to do it again.
Yeah,
Here,
right.
man.
He's like, Gongil's intensive taekwondo training course.
Yeah.
Sign up today. Oh man, he's a raw CD.
Why do we need Capcom to make it? Just go play Masters of Terrace Cassie or whatever. Just play the existing Star Wars fighting game.
Wow, that. I'm not sure if he was expecting a cross up there, because that is a bootleg cross up. That is a bootleg cross up, but yeah, caught him in the front. Oh. Mama
crazy.
son.
5 bars go side to wall as well.
Not today. She's gonna CD you from half screen, buddy. The blowback's coming. He's waiting for it. He's like, oh, just give it to me.
Godzilla's cool.
Oh, he got the grind.
yeah,
Got the
I was gonna
grind.
say, you gotta see
Oh, he was looking for it. He was looking for the grind.
That's the thing about Lauren, right? She's always looking for those very quick time resets. Yep.
Terrace Casa, that's it.
Still 3 bars on deck, but
I wasn't seriously suggesting it. That game is Kuso.
Oh, no activation of that far D, though.
back on the ground, tries to base something out, ends up getting with the far D. The guard cancel, or just a
Actually
roll.
had the fuzzy, too, but he didn't cancel it.
It was wild.
That is
Final moment.
That's scary, man. Like,
Is it Cassie? God damn it.
jump A,
What is it?
like, you're praying that he drops the B slash.
Yeah.
All right, Hawaii Monkey not looking
You know the one.
bad in that set, but
The first.
Joe is cool.
all right, let's see this.
Point Joe, huh?
Worker eating the lay spin out the gate. Speaking of out the gate, shout out to SNK for showing up and dropping $1,100 top bonus on this here KoF14 tournament at NCR 2018. We love you for it. A lot of support from those guys. Great game they're making. 3.0 is on the horizon. And this Joe is doing damage. Give him the DP. He's not respected.
What an obnoxious title.
And he should have given DP. He was not respected the golden hit.
Not going to get the chance to now.
How are you going to give him the heel and then back off? That is your bread and butter. That is your game, man. If he blocks the golden heel, then that is your cue to just motorboat. Motorboat
Remember when people used to complain about Akuma not being in Street Fighter 5? I remember. People stopped complaining about it once they added him. Maybe Street Fighter 5 could have people stop complaining about other things if they were fixed.
not spinning a bar, killing that girl. It's like I always say, if you got bar to kill, just spend it. You're gonna get it back anyway. You're gonna you build bar so quickly in this game.
Maybe if one-sided lag was removed, people wouldn't complain about it anymore. I think I'm onto something, actually.
The 6A opened them up.
About to lose his character.
Still living, the chip's not enough.
I'm not sure what he was expecting to break through there because he ain't got no fireball.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. Not a lot you could do about it.
Yeah, let's go justice moment.
I do remember when people complained about Mika. I was actually one of the people who knew that Mika was a cancerous character. But she's cancerous for a very different reason now.
But he definitely had to do close C super.
And also,
He ate that.
they're really all over at that point. Just need
Karine as well.
even with past
I remember when people complained about
From experience,
her being absent.
kind of scary because that earring is
I always thought it was weird that people like wanted Mika as badly as they did. Mika's not the kind of character like I would think anyone would care about.
one of those setups that you
People were asking for Mika 100% based on what she looked like. No one was asking based on what she played like. And no one would because she didn't play very well at all. And they had to overhaul her quite a lot to make her interesting, which they did. And I would argue that she's kind of interesting now.
oh no. That jump was a little too shallow in that jump C.
I think a lot of people did have their game fixed by Akuma, to be honest. They did a good job with Akuma.
Oh my god, a little too shallow of a hit for the connection on that. And why Monkey not pressing anybody? Got 5 bars here, but I'm not gonna say just spend it. Don't just
People never ask for the characters to have interesting gameplay. That's the annoying part.
oh, that was beautiful too. I give him
I shouldn't say never.
making that cross up jump a work. No chip out there it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the rest or what, but we've been seeing way too many drops off the maximum confirmations.
Hey, that game's hard, right?
Hey,
Game is hard.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, his Joe's kind of coming alive there for a second. I just don't think he was in the mode of frame of mind to really trust his movements with any of his characters.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's what it's really all about when it comes to KOF, right? It's a game where the neutral is played at such a funky distance, right? Because of the different hops you can have, the speed of the thing, and much as sponsor at the bottom right there.
The class of the evening. Q-Mao DBJ, I don't know what that is, ET versus TXC Violet King. Oh, yes.
Very much looking forward to this match. Of course, ET top 8 in Evo Japan fell to Shanghai and losers.
Here we go, man. This is like, this is already grand finals material right here,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
This is already grand finals material. Actually, most of these guys that we've been seeing back-to-back, top 8 material. So,
Yeah, Violent King looking very sharp today, right? Obviously, put away NorCal Gendy without much.
The thing about bringing back characters is that there's a certain degree of they have to make the character the way the character was before,
but this is partially,
or else people complain.
this is why they're going to be
Like, yeah, with Nash, you can be creative because Nash was just Guile before. And there's an understanding, even before Guile was in the game, there's an understanding that Nash should be distinct from Guile. Or that Ryu should be distinct from Ken or something like that.
every button that they press right now.
But, like, if you bring back a character and then they don't have a move that they used to have, if they're inaccurate, if they have, like, a gameplay overhaul, people get mad.
Yep, yeah, I just respect that too. I mean, the only way to really beat that slash, you got to interrupt it, but no one's ever going to do
Look at fucking Sakura, dude. Sakura is... She's not a fully accurate representation of what she used to be. And that's all people talk about with her. I mean, there are people who like Sakura. I like Sakura. And to be honest, I didn't used to like Sakura that much before. But I can easily see that people wouldn't like Sakura now, but and they used to before. She doesn't have Tatsu loops, and that's a deal breaker for apparently a lot of people. A lot of people are like, I've seen that so much, people saying they don't like new Sakura because her combo routes. Like, you can say people shouldn't have to ask for interesting gameplay, but they do have their hands tied when bringing back a new an old character, which is why they should have to. Which is why I feel like people asking for those characters is the real fuck up. I like Jerry more now, but I can see why people who liked her more then would hate her now. She's just a new character. There are going to be people who got lost and people who got bound.
King 4 bars on deck, has a chance to put away this Benimaru. Goes to be looking for that far D as well, run into the lightning.
Oh man, right now it's running through Violent Kane's mind right now that I do not want to get touched.
I want to get extra meter for killing with a command grab.
And Benny Marlo's jump, it looks like it looks like it's bait for a reversal, but that thing moves forward so quickly that you end up moving behind him, especially with a DP like Yori's, which already pushes him forward. That's rough business. And now he's got to fight kill with this pretty much fresh, top tier Benny Maru.
Yeah.
Not that Kill can't stage an amazing comeback.
Sagat will 110% get the Guile treatment.
Heavily on jumped out.
They will do anything to make his fireball viable. I will almost certainly play flex. I've seen that combo. That's cool as hell. You need the Rochinagi to hit deep.
Killed him off. He even put him in a situation where he was going to have to guess again, just took his life entirely away.
I think Cody will get a minor overhaul. I don't think they're going to destroy his gameplay. He's not going to have like a whole new set of normals and a whole new set of specials or anything. But he'll probably have at least one and probably two new specials. I think Chun-Li's probably my favorite that she's ever been. Chun-Li has a tendency of being tremendously uninteresting, I feel. She's interesting in Street Fighter 4, but she's not very strong. And she's awkward. She's got a whole bunch of attacks that are not very... that was a good attempt. Synergetic. She has like 0 synergy. She's got amazing avenues to do certain things with like 20 different tools, and then certain other things she can't do at all. Street Fighter 5 Chun-Li feels like a best of all worlds Chun-Li to me. I feel like Chun-Li's V-skill is now in all of her B&B punishes. That's pretty nice. And it's also in all of her crush counter combos, which is also nice. It's also in a lot of her VT1 combos, which is nice.
You know, I can hit you, you can't hit me unless you DP my stick, which in case has a hurt box on it.
Yeah, it does have a hurt box.
Yeah.
Yeah, be wary of it, but again, like it's really rare that someone has the matchup experience against Billy in this game, right? To feel comfortable DPing the pokes.
You know, you need to hit him with the Kume shoulder, you know? Yeah. Or the Violent King shoulder in this case. There it is.
We'll chase them down with kicks.
Yeah, man, like Violent King right now just wants to jump it so bad. Doesn't that work? Builds meter, alright, that's cool. Yeah, I can't jump over that, unfortunately. And Dying Clay not looking too bad here. Having a commanding lead and just back and forth.
I don't think that in the entirety of Street Fighter V's life it will ever get the kind of combo routes that I would like.
I don't know what.
Yeah, it might be a fumble.
Yeah, it might be a fumble straight up. Because, like, if he's holding back and he activates, maybe in case he blocks.
People complain about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I shouldn't say people. Some people did. A lot of people didn't care or even liked it. But one thing I liked about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was the 4.5k syndrome, where every single combo did like 4.5k. It was hard to kind of make an optimal combo, because the way that scaling worked made it so all combos kind of ended up doing about the same amount of damage. Like, you could have combos that were a little bit stronger. Optimal B&Bs could get to like 5.5 without too much trouble. Or like have better reset enders or stuff like that. It's not like all combos were truly the same. But there was a lot of creativity. And it didn't, they could put in a lot of creativity because at the end of the day, it would all end up having a decent amount of this, it would all end up having a similar reward.
Yeah, took over half his health bar, wasted some time on the clock.
And this is where ET has to decide, how am I going to play this? Am I going to play this aggressively because I'm behind?
I liked that. I liked the combo system of MVCI a lot. I liked almost everything about it.
He tried to go in, but going in against the Yori, that's tall order.
Yeah, as good as Billy is at securing the lead, right, when he's put on the opposite, when he has to chase, when he has to make up a life difference, it's not as easy of a situation. Yeah.
Violent Kane is totally comfortable here right now.
What is a real Street Fighter? Need I remind you that the most popular Street Fighter of all time had Vega in it? Remember Street Fighter 2 Turbo Vega? I remember that. Current time is 5:25 a.m. Are we talking about like the Infinity Stones? I thought it was great. Every character used every storm differently. They could have used a little bit more work, but it was a great idea. Even characters use surges differently. Power Spider-Man plays quite a bit differently from a Reality Spider-Man, which plays quite a bit differently from a Soul Spider-Man. Or are we talking about like SFXT gems? I like those too, but they definitely needed... Well, I don't think they could ever work. Well, Vega was even more Kuso in older versions of Street Fighter 2, so whatever. The point is that Vega is extremely Kuso, and he's real Street Fighter. He's as real as it gets. Vega is like 20 times as bad as Sether Forte. Street Fighter 2 Vega is like Forte on steroids. But that low B, stand B was another low B into spin kick. His dive's been safe in like every game. If you actually block Vega's dive, it's safe. In like every Street Fighter, for the most part. I don't know about Street Fighter 5 actually. I feel like it might be punishable in 5. It might be very slightly punishable in 4, but most people wouldn't punish it. It was difficult because it was very far away. Overhead, I can hit on either side. That can also be a grab. The grab under was very strong in Street Fighter 2 because grabs were very strong. Hard to get out of. He could also always buffer the super, and it would only give him the super if he got the grab. So he could whiff the super for free, basically. This game was made that fast. They did a good job on combo power. All I know about this game is that it was made for pennies. Street Fighter 2 Vega had good defensive measures too. He had a flash kick. Ah, you're welcome. Someone on one of the Rising Up videos today was like, "This sounds like Befale." I was like, "Ha." Correct. No one does the run in after the command grab in this game. They either do crouch fierce or they do standee to activate.
This is the situation that we talked about Billy not as effective in. You're gonna have to come back against two characters. This is not securing the lead. Especially in this matchup. I just don't like it.
In Street Fighter 5 you talking about? The easiest way to deal with it is to do an instant air button to air to aim. jump towards the wall that he jumped off of and do a button with a good air-to-air hitbox. I used a lot of Akuma stand, or jump hard kick, which goes kind of upward and forward.
Versus Anchor. Game 3, this is the final round.
Yes, and Kill is going to want to get in by any means possible, and now ET can play the runaway game. Hey, it's working out. It's working. Oh, lets him in. Trying to go for the low beat.
To be 100% honest, even in Street Fighter V, where it's fairly easy to deal with, but also in 4 and 2 and whatever CVS, whatever you want to say, there usually is no true universal answer to it, which is the whole premise of the move. But it's usually not. It's usually not very. It's usually more risk than reward for Vega, which is why people don't spam it. Street Fighter 2, it's a lot more reward than risk, which is why people do it nonstop.
And right now, ET doesn't have to do anything. He's got the life lead. Got one bar left. Just take it easy, bro.
I think EX3 is supposed to be really badly balanced, whereas EX2 has really good balance. Time out 1 second. Emphasis on, I think. I don't think I ever watched this. Oh yeah. What's this? M. Bison versus Balrog, sitting full screen, holding down back. Is this not what we live for? These characters both saw pretty significant overhauls. From what I can tell, people seem to like both of them. The overhauled versions, that is. New Balrog is quite creative. They did a good job making something pretty neat. Oof. I like the way his V-skill works with his dash punches and his mix-ups. And I liked his prevalence of TCs. They gave Balrog a way to complete combos without charge at all, which is kind of cool. What an interesting little frame trap. That button forces stand, which is Balrog's only way of hitting that attack. Oof. I was watching Smug play Street Fighter 4 just recently at, what, NCR or something? He was playing it somewhere. And he was playing Dudley, and he anti-aired with stand medium punch and got smacked in the face. And I snickered to myself. I was like, ha. Because it's medium kick for Balrog to get that normal. But it's medium punch. Or it's medium kick for Dudley, but it's medium punch for Balrog. They have a normal that's very, very similar, but it's on a different button. And he's used to Street Fighter 5 and Balrog now. So playing Dudley, he did the wrong thing on accident. It was like very clearly an attempted anti-air. He was hanging around, he wasn't committed to anything. His opponent almost landed on him, and then he did medium punch, and it just whiffed. And he ate a jumping combo, and I was like, I think it was. The thing about anti-airs is they need to be something... They very quickly get to a point where there's something you do without thinking about it. And his muscle memory for anti-airs had been replaced. He was just a little bit wrong. I don't remember who it was against. It was definitely a regular jump and not a command jump of any variety. And DiCaprio can't alter her regular jump arc. Yes. There's no parry, and parry's the only thing that makes Street Fighter 3 Denjin even remotely fair. A lot of people don't realize just how stupid Denjin is. It would destroy Street Fighter 5, like, instantly. Especially without a countermeasure. It's one of the best supers in Street Fighter 3, even with parry. Ooh. Nice little countermeasure there. It's very easy to dip under if you're trying to do... It's supposed to be turn punch, dash punch for the double whiff special meter build. But if you accidentally go under, you can do headbutt instead. I think it's jump strong. Balrog has like one air normal that has this really wacky hitbox that just goes like straight up. It's probably pretty good against... Whoa. Pretty good against Devil's Reverse. Balrog might have been able to punish that with a delayed ultra. It's kind of wacky to do, but it's possible. The opponent crosses you up. Oh, headbutt ultra? I think that's good. No matter what they did to Makoto, she will destroy the game. If she's ever added, she will utterly destroy the game. Oh, that was a failed ultra, I think. EX is not the best thing to go for there. EX scissor kick, but EX scissor kick is the closest thing to his ultra motion. Uh-oh, this is like over. This is so hard to not die. It's gonna be a random headbutt in like 2 seconds, or a random dash punch. Or that. Everything Makoto is built around is incredibly strong in Street Fighter 5. Can you imagine her forward dash in Street Fighter 5? Can you imagine, like, dive kicks? Her dive kick in Street Fighter 5? Even if it was like -10, it would still be really good. Even if it was like -10 and only worked on forward jumps, it would be insane. Can you imagine her command grab into like full combos? Honestly, she'd benefit a lot just from the input leniency too. Just having nice consistent combos. Makoto would be like Makoto would be like Laura on steroids. Capcom does a really good job with the newcomers. They did a good job with the returning characters too, to be honest. I have never been to Japan. That's kind of cool though. I think Abigail is actually a super interesting character. Unfortunately, a lot of people have been colored against him now because of Season 3. But I think even in Season 2, and probably now in Season 3.5, he's quite interesting. He's got a super unique gameplay style, very new, but it works. I like fighting Abigail quite a lot. He's one of my favorite characters to fight, to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen this Fuerte skin now that you bring that up. It's probably his Halloween one. No one ever actually backdashes there. Whoa. So the thing about Alforte is that his Oki game is one of the best in the game, albeit not very rewarding. most of his, like, you know, Tostada Press doesn't actually do that much damage. Neither does Tortilla Propeller. Or like his sweep or anything like that. It's not super rewarding. But, you know, he does have a good mix-up. And the thing about Vega is his Oki game is, his wake-up game is kind of awful. Worse than most of the characters in this game. Almost everyone has some kind of invincible reversal. Vega's only invincible reversal is one of his ultras. Haven't seen that in a minute. Isn't that a TC? Medium kick, medium kick? Holy shit. I actually forgot that existed. Vega can actually fairly easily win through chip now. Curious. That would have been safe-ish if he landed and blocked. It hit pretty deep. Probably would have been minus. Ooh. That was low risk. Nothing El Fuerte did would have caught that very easily. He could have just kept running, I guess. Yeah, backflip is actually better than you would think against El Fuerte. It's normally a pretty lousy reversal option. But it does make... Vega can only do it on reaction to El Fuerte's jumping run follow-ups. And then it'll be guaranteed. He'll safely get the backflip off and not have to worry about El Fuerte, and El Fuerte won't recover in time to punish. If El Fuerte gets that stem roundhouse that hits all deep, he can link out of it. It's hard though. Stem roundhouse hits late on crouching opponents for Fuerte. Abel has that too with his stem roundhouse. Just slide. You can always buffer a backflip there, and it's quite good to go for. You get a huge damage increase. Slide does like 100. Backflip does like 160. It's like a serious increase in power. Scarlet Terror actually does a shit ton of damage. It's like 180 for the EX one. There's the link. He got it. Serenos hits late, crouching opponent. Yes, the soul crushing taco slap. AKA far stay medium punch. That looks safe. Remember being able to space attack so that they're safe? I missed that. That was definitely safe. That one was great. It was a great sweep. Jump back air throw. Doing a lot of work. No charge. I don't even know. I don't think he could possibly have charge. Ooh, he had a link there. He missed it. Low strong would have worked there. Ooh, ooh. Aw. That was actually very impressive from the Vega player. You only get one chance to reversal with a charge move. He wasn't mashing that, he just predicted that the combo would drop there. Didn't look like much, but it was actually quite good. He spotted the range was getting just wide enough, and he was like, if he's going to drop it, he'll probably drop it now. Did an ultra. Oof, that was a punish. The overhead just whiffed. Just a little bit too far away. That link! I'm surprised Vega's not dizzy. Fuerte doesn't have to really be afraid. If that's not... Yeah, he can't possibly be committed to anything, I don't think. There's a level 1 focus attack dash in. It was on hit, but El Fuerte, I wouldn't be surprised if El Fuerte was minus there. And it was reversal, which means that El Fuerte didn't even have time to commit to something yet. El Fuerte can, if he's dealing with a meaty focus attack, he can just hold down back, and then if he actually sees it being held all the way, he can just do an ultra 2. That'll catch forward dash, back dash. Fuerte, I don't know if he actually truly has an infinite. I think it's not an infinite. But it's like, he can get like a shit ton of reps. A pretty alarming number. But I think he has to sacrifice a little bit of ground. But it's like pixels. Vega's one of the easiest characters to learn how to fight, I feel. He's also quite strong if you don't know how to fight him. Oh, that was a good... that sweep was the right option, but he did it so late. That would have punished the toast auto press. Getting the block, toast auto press is actually unsafe. Let's throw invincible. Ooh. I think Run Stop Fierce might have been an infinite on some characters. Or even just an infinite outright in one of the previous versions, yeah. But I don't know even with TAS if it's a true infinite. Low strong. That's such a weird button. I never see anyone do that attack on purpose. There's the backflip. Okay, there he caught the backdash. I still don't like that mix-up. Oh, he's dead. Good shit. I played on pad and I plinked. A lot of people see plinking and then they don't actually try and learn it, I feel. It's not that hard. I get my plinks almost every time on pad. A lot of people just acknowledge that plinking exists and decide it's something they can't learn to do. And then they hate the game. I agree that plinking should have not been a feature, but it's really not that hard. Honestly, with enough practice, you can hit one frame lengths pretty consistently even without blinking. It just actually takes, you know, you have to put in the time. I mean, that's literally what they did. They put in one frame. Plinks were an accident. They were just an accident that people liked. Both the Mega Edition and Street Fighter V added the input buffer. But to add it to Street Fighter 4 would change the balance too much. Characters like Kami and Sakura would just shoot up in tier, Evil Ryu, if you removed one frame links. And you don't want Evil Ryu to shoot up in tier. And yet if they changed the way that Evil Ryu worked, if they changed the way that Sakura or Kami worked, you'd have a lot of angry players. Nice. He went for that meterless overhead. She's dead, I think. Oh. I haven't seen that drop in a while. Guess he was a bit early. That was a nice focus. He could have had a... That was weird. I think he expected to get the second bar. That was a pretty hardcore DP to do. Pianoing is actually way easier than plinking. Unless you're talking about like Chun-Li. Are you talking about like super pianoing or are you talking about like a lightning leg style inputs? Because I do not like lightning leg style inputs. But pianoing as a super input, or like, you know, that style of thing. I think that's totally harmless to have in a game. Current input buffer is too big, I think. I would have liked 2 frames. It's 3, but 2 is the right amount. What are the current piano inputs? The only forced one is like, you got Ed and Blanca. Blanca Shock is really easy to do. Even as a pad warrior who sucks at those inputs, it's only 4 inputs. It's very simple. I can do it fairly easily even from low forward. It befails me. I like the quarter circle and also mash motion. I said Ed, dude. I said Blanca and Ed. I can't get Eds very well. I can get it in the one context where or the two contexts where I ever use it. But if I could get it more consistently, I would use it in more contexts. Necro is the picture perfect way to do it. Input to start and then mash to keep going. Oh, that's so disgusting. Now. Kemi's dive kick in Street Fighter V is the most limp it's ever been. And it still feels nasty. Her EX dive kick in this game is so stupid. Kemi feels strong but not too strong in this game. She's got a nice little tier. Balrog too. Wow, that was... I kind of like that. He should have done a drill maybe. Instead of a backdash. DJ's the only character in this game who truly feels very restricted by his need to charge. All the other charge characters, the charging works rather seamlessly with their combos. Vanilla and Super Baby. I don't remember that much from Vanilla because there were no Kemi players in Vanilla. But Super was era of the Kemis. He did the Super. That was probably a failed Ultra. You would do the Ultra and then the Super. You would never do the Super and then the Ultra. The Super is basically a better Ultra. It does less damage for Balrog, but it's so much easier to combo. And of course the meter is useful for other stuff, so you'd prefer not to spend it if you didn't have to. It's a nice test punch. They both go through fireballs. I think that it's a little easier to go through fireballs with the Super than the Ultra. It's strange the way Supers and Ultras work, because Supers are generally a little bit stronger in terms of like when you consider the full combo route. Most characters can do a higher damage combo with their Super than their Ultra, because most Ultra combos have to kind of land a partial Ultra or do a very particular combo route into Ultra, because Ultras are, you know, hard to land. A Super is more of an ultimate move in this game than an Ultra is. I'm probably going to be done after watching this a little bit longer. Shoutouts to the like 5-some characters who can land a Super into an Ultra. That shit is lit. Ken, Guile. Balrog actually can. Or Balrog might be Ultra into Super, I think. It's a very unknown combo, but it's actually, I think it actually works on a shit ton of characters. Yeah. DJ. He's one of them. Oof. Yeah, again, he's like the main one. Oh no! That looked like it was only barely a punish. That jump hard punch, I couldn't tell if it was a cross-up or not. I think it usually isn't. But she can jump from an angle and get either a cross-up jump medium kick or a jump hard punch that hits on the front. But I checked to see whether the cross-up indicator went up. Goken Super into Ultra? can do ultra into super. If it's tension. Oh yeah, look at that jump hard kick. Look at jab jab short. That's my jam. I do that combo all the time. Where were you when Capcom made Sakura's stand short even bigger in Arcade Edition? In 3.5. Remember when they added the ability to not mash out the X1? That was the Ultra, I think. It was very late in the game's life. It used to be the X1 auto-mashed. MK4 is one of my least favorite fighting games. If there's any fighting game that actually both disgusts me and makes me angry. That fast-ass load time. Remember those? Tried to anti-air with jump strong, but Sakura hitting air normal so early. Anti-airing with jump normals is usually pretty good, and Juri's jump strong is pretty rewarding. But Sakura has a lot of active frames on her jump hard kick, so she can afford to do it really early. It also has a lot of range, so she can also afford to do it really early. Oh, that was like -7. Could have been a big punish there. Oh, that was a kill combo very easily. Now it's a meterless kill combo. He got counter hit Tatsu and then missed the link into stand short. That link must have been... must have had a long time. I don't know if I would ever say that Rose was ever that strong in any version of the game. Although she did win Evo. Alright, Tatsu's +4. Which means that counter hit Tatsu is +7. I think. And this Sakura player earlier on the match whiffed a... he missed a link into stand short, which is a 3-frame normal. Yeah, I think that she probably would have been a higher... she would have had a higher tier. A perception of being a higher tier. If she saw more play. Remember when Justin Wong started picking up Rose right at the end? Justin Wong started having a mini character crisis right at the end of this game. He should have found Elena. Elena would have been his jam. Yeah, Sakura's jumps both have pretty good hitboxes, and one has a huge hitbox and the other has a tiny hurtbox. And they have radically different timings. It's good against anti-air normals. Elena was never that popular even when she was considered to be busted. There were like 3 really prominent Elena players, and then maybe like 5 more that didn't really have that much success but did play Elena. Speaking as an Elena player, people bitched about Elena a lot, but I don't remember when she was... I don't remember when she was ever that popular. No character was ever that popular in this game. Even though, like, really... even, like, Yun or Evil Ryu were never that popular. I don't remember that many pockets of her either. I don't remember watching almost any matches where someone counterpicked with Elena. There's a lot of characters in this game, and almost all of them had a decent tournament success, but almost none of them had like a really ridiculous tournament success. Ah, he missed the link until the... I wonder if he was actually close enough for low forward. That looked really far. That works mid screen, right? Close strong, low fireball, release, low forward. I don't remember if that works mid screen. Ugh. Oh, we got him. Dead. That was like impossible for like 3 versions of this game. And then it became easy. I don't think Abigail won a major, but he did. He didn't have much time to. Elena came second in Evo. And I think there might have been, hold on, let me think. I think she did well in the Capcom Cup as well. Infiltration had an Elena counter pick during one of the Evos, or Capcom Cup, I forget what. I think it was Evo. Season 3 really didn't last very long. For Street Fighter 5. Oh no. Did Infiltration ever pull out Elena, or am I misremembering? Infil played Chun against GamerB, which is a pretty sick counterpick, to be honest. It's one of Elena's hardest matchups. I shouldn't say hardest. It's okay. It's like fair. It's more one of her most foreign matchups. It was a really intelligent counterpick because it forced GamerB to play a very different game, which he did. GamerB knew the matchup. He played it near perfectly. Infiltration played it near perfectly too. One of my favorite matchups I've ever seen. And yet, it's one of the most hated matchups in the lifespan of this game. This Chun-Li outfit, though. I've talked about that like 20 times, though. People don't need to hear it again. Send hard kicks 2 hits on a focusing opponent from Malforte. It's because there's a normal hit and then a hidden hit. Normally the hidden hit doesn't hit. Ouch. That's gonna anti-air. Chun-Li's dead. There's nothing she could do. I think that game, the finals was very memorable too. The finals was the one with the controller disconnect. One of the biggest Evo upsets in history. It's Momochi versus GamerB. I've only watched that the one time when it was live. I've gone back and watched the Infiltration GamerB one again. People have like a huge problem with defensive play in general. And both of them were playing extremely defensive. But people have a bigger problem with Elena than they do with defensive play. And they were both playing lame as fuck, but GamerB was the one who was vilified for it. That's gonna work. It's because there was a big perception that Infiltration was playing the match wrong because people didn't realize how the match works. They were saying shit like stop throwing fireballs and stop running away, stop letting him heal, shit like that. But they didn't know. They didn't know the situation is a million times worse without fireballs. And that Chun-Li's fireballs are actually very hard for Elena to deal with, and that her only way of dealing with them is absorbing them and trying to heal off the damage. Which is very, very difficult to keep a life lead going in that context, because it's basically allowing your opponent to attack a lot and never attacking at all. and also taking on a ton of gray health. And it's basically impossible for Chun-Li or anyone to stop Elena from getting partial heals. You have to just concede that Elena's going to get to heal if it's a partial heal, and just be ready to punish a full one if she happens to go for a full one. Punishing partial heals is usually not a thing, unless the Elena player does a really dumb heal. Infiltration was playing the matchup exactly the way to win. And he was doing pretty well against like the best Elena player. And people still thought he was playing it completely wrong. Most hated newcomer. It might just be Forte. People didn't exactly like Rufus either. Should've done another backdash, baby. What kind of fucking... Where's his combo? DiCaprio's been a big mixed bag of hate. People might have as well been saying that. That's how it read. Well. Well. So, it should go without saying, but he probably should have blocked that Ultra. Since he had health to spare. And since that Ultra is actually very punishable. Someone pointed out to me, and I remember thinking, what the fuck? Chun-Li's Ultra 2 is more unsafe than her Ultra 1. Valto's team is bombing. Banging. Whatever people say, the young ones. That might have been a punish. I think that's like -6. No, it's worse than that. It's like -9. I don't remember the number. It's quite unsafe, but he's really far away. Forte's got one of my favorite... not Forte. Ronto's got one of my favorite themes. Same with Poison. Has a very good theme. What are some other 10 out of 10 themes? Just the jab reset. Oof, that hit. I think that little flip can actually dodge that. It dodges fireballs while he's jumping backwards, but he'd already done it too much by the time the Ultra hit him. Whoa, reversal red. But I don't think it'll hit. He was kind of early. I still don't know if that's actually a true anti-air. I don't know if you can empty jump and block low and always block it. Like big Ultra 2. Tins will be back in Street Fighter 6. I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure Yun never won Evo. Pretty sure in the year of Yun, Fei Long won Evo. Remember when I said I'm not an expert? I actually am. Ooh. That's true, he did win Capcom Cup. That's no small achievement. You might say that's a bigger achievement than Evo. You might not. Who was the other winner? Weren't there 2 Capcom Cups in the lifespan of SF4? That was probably Punish. Well-timed jump. That button's really weak against jump-ins. Boing. Easy to get memes with that, but it's not actually nearly as strong as it looks, especially on a tall character like Seth. That jump hard punch was a cross-up that landed on the same... or not a cross-up. Rather, he landed on the opposite side without crossing up. He had a normal that hit on the front and then landed in the back. Knuckle dude. Oh yeah. Got him. That was pretty nice. This will do a lot, but he's still got like more health than Seth. Oh my god, Ultra Double. I didn't realize. That did fuck all. Is Seth 75% or 60? Because that looked like 60 damage right there. That didn't look like 75 damage. I think Seth is 75. I wonder what Ultra 2 helps with in this matchup. The context where you can land Ultra 2, like, you have meterless enders most of the time with Seth. And the meterless enders probably don't even do that much less damage than a fucking... Okay, that time he just went Ultra 1. Ultra Double Ultra 2. It's probably weak as hell. Not Knuckle Dew? Knuckle Dew won something really big. What the hell was it? I thought it was in Street Fighter 4. There was some really huge event which Knuckle Dew won. Oh, is it just Capcom Cup Street Fighter 5? Yeah, it is. I thought there was something before that, though. I thought Knuckle Dew had already won a huge event prior to Street Fighter 5. I can see Ultra 1 being good. It's Ultra 2 I'm wondering about. Looks good. He missed the link. Oh, that dive kick. I think he had enough frames to do it. To link something. Hard to punish that. I don't think Rolento has anything from that far out. Jump back fierce. I wonder if Jory got implants between 4 and 5. They should confirm that. I want an outfit for Jory that shows scars under her armpits. Wow, nice. That looks good. You got it. Five is after 4. 5 is like several years after 4. It's quite a big time gap. Nice little confirm. He. I think it was only 5. 5 he's. That was that win quote. This man laughing at SF lore. One of my most popular videos of all time is about SF lore. We don't have an exact number, but somewhere in the territory of at least 5-6 years happened between Street Fighter Alpha and Street Fighter 5. It's definitely like 4 at the smallest. Mel is like 3 or 4 years old, maybe a bit older. And Eliza wasn't even pregnant in Street Fighter Alpha. She wasn't even married. Can't even have a bitch yet. Alpha's years and years before Street Fighter 4. 2 is somewhat close to 4, chronologically. Alpha's considerably before it. Street Fighter 3 and 5 are considerably after it. Evidence seems to suggest that Street Fighter 3 and 5 happened within a few months of each other. They're very close, time-wise. Oof, she dead. No living here. Yeah, surprised he didn't cancel the first jab. Balrog actually has a true block string between 2 crouch jabs. So, Body types are different in Street Fighter V except for Minot. Minot was apparently made using Kami's body. That can combo. I'm pretty sure Alforte, even if he doesn't do an attack on the way down, can steer his wall jump, which is kind of cool. Failed to chase it. That's probably unsafe. Alforte probably could have done like an instant run slide or something. Oof. He wanted close fierce and got far fierce. Seth problems. Situations like that are why they abandoned proximity normals. Seth stand fierce is an okay normal, but it's very bad when you want close fierce. Like really bad. It's quite minus. Oh, I like that. We were literally having a conversation before you shut up, Brutus. Well, not recently, but a while ago. About how these characters aren't Street Fighter at all. And now they're fighting. I didn't say they're not Street Fighter, I think they're Street Fighter. That was decent pushback, but I think it's like minus 18 or something. Very unsafe. This room doesn't seem to have an entrance. Oof. How'd they get in here? So objective? Do you mean the opposite? Do you mean so subjective? Oh, he dropped it. Or maybe you mean objective in the sense that anything titled Street Fighter is Street Fighter, because that's quite objective. Street Fighter 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Alpha are all the epitome of Street Fighter. Anything in any of those games is definitively Street Fighter. I can get behind that. That's a pretty good standard. Oh, but what if you have crossover games that aren't even made by Capcom that still have Street Fighter in the name? What about SVC Chaos? Is that Street Fighter? That air throw was choice. Oof. Forte's air throw is neat because it pulls the opponent to the ground. Some air throws throw the opponent to the ground, some take you and the opponent to the ground. Oh god, is Puzzle Fighter Street Fighter? My instincts say no. But maybe it is. Maybe the S stands for Street Fighter. Oh, he could have punished that dive kick. We had this conversation last summer streaming. We came to the conclusion that the best Street Fighter is Street Fighter the movie, the game. Because it's the only one that features Jean-Claude Van Damme as a playable character. That's probably punish. You gotta be careful with that punish, because if you have ADCs, then your punish suddenly becomes very, very unsafe, and it's hard to react. Oh, I can't believe he did that. I wonder if he didn't have enough. It looked like he tried to combo and didn't get it. Close Fierce is 4 frames, so if you have any plus frames, it's pretty easy to get a Close Fierce. Interesting juggle there. This is gonna kill. Or is it? It didn't get its early hits. Is this gonna kill Seth? That's a full ultra. This is Seth health. It's gonna kill, isn't it? Oh! Nasty. I don't see why you put a Kappa there since that's basically true. We're gonna start dash in. That dive kick was kind of high. Thought to get a combo. Oh no. That was a nice meaty dive kick. Because that could have been a cross up if he didn't dive. That was such an easy, like... How is he not dizzy? What the fuck? He lost all that health, like, pretty quickly. He didn't get stunned. It's kind of a weird place to spend bar. Seth's dizzy output's pretty good too. It's like on the high end. I'm really surprised he didn't get stunned. That was a good block and a good punish, and he didn't cancel it because he wasn't confident. Even though it was literally no risk to blocking it. I mean, to canceling it. They should add an Estus system to Street Fighter. Start with Lena. Wham. For a second I pictured the band, but you're talking about Wamu, aren't you? Nizamitamae. I don't remember his line. Awaken my masters. Imagine Mario Party in the Dark Souls engine. Imagine they add a board and mini games, but every character controls a fucking chosen undead or whatever. They didn't call him Seth. They called him 15. He called himself Seth. Get it right. And I'll have you know that Seth is the man in the Bible who replaced Abel. And yes, he is in fact named after Seth Killian. I'll also have you know that the final boss is 22 and is not Seth in any way. It is literally an entirely separate being that does not respond to Seth, even though he's called Seth in story mode. The playable one is 15, who is Seth, who has low HP. The boss one is 22, who is not Seth, who has lots and lots of HP. I think 1200, if memory serves. Years and years and years of time. And also people just come in and say it. Seth dies in, I think, some of the endings of Street Fighter 4. It has not yet been canonized, whether Seth is currently alive or dead. My guess is alive since no one really dies. I could figure out the... Actually, I don't know. No, they don't say here. I have no idea what, arcade this is. No. The 22 and the 15 have nothing to do with the 12 and the Necro. Bison has canon died twice. But he's also been canon resurrected twice, and thus he is currently alive.
Ultra Street Fighter 4. Adoration that comes with being declared the world's greatest fighter. Training stage. Fists will fly. The battle has begun. Fight!
He is not. He's acknowledged to be dead, and Shadaloo is acknowledged to be dissolved in Street Fighter 3. Bison does not die at the end of 4. He dies at the end of 2. He gets all Raging Demon by Akuma, which is a bonus ending if you get the Akuma fight, but then acknowledged to be canon in later games. He dies after Alpha 3, and he dies after Street Fighter 2. Oni is non-canon and thus has no story. Oni is just a fully unlocked Akuma. He does die at the end of 5. I forgot about that. Demon Death is canon. Alpha 3, like, none of the endings are canon, because they all conflict with each other. And yet after Alpha 3, Bison is supposed to be dead. So someone's ending of killing Bison is canon, but whose is a bit hard to say, because literally everyone's ending is them killing Bison for the most part. He might die at the end of Alpha 2 and at the end of Alpha 3 now I think about it. We might have several Bison deaths. Oh. I wonder if that could have been a kill combo. I feel like it could have. He didn't have Ultra. After Street Fighter 5, I believe that Karin could have been the one to kill him. After SF5 story mode. I don't think he actually dies in Alpha 3, does he? Nash? Or not in his own ending. He dies in Gao's ending, but I think he lives in his own ending. Yeah, he definitely could have done some low strong stuff. Well, now Nash didn't even die, so Or maybe he died. If you consider him to currently be dead in Street Fighter. I think it's too far. Or that could happen. He steered himself into the fireball. That was cute.
Bison wins. Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Well, yeah, Nash dies in 5. But, you know, I'm just saying, Zombie Nash.
Someday, beautiful bed. Destination? It's the battle of the century. Fight! The fight is officially underway. I smell a comeback.
Is this Calm Bison? Oh, he picked the wrong character, I guess. I called him Bison, but it's Boxer. Oh, what the hell? What went wrong? They picked the same ultras. Why'd they replay that? I guess Bison kills Nash, but Nash kills himself maybe. He has like a suicide attack against Bison, and then Bison doesn't even die. They needed Nash to be dead by the end of the game, I guess. They didn't really, but they decided they did. Ryu should have not been in the fucking game. That's the actual problem with Street Fighter V. I could tell the story better myself. Here's what should have happened. Ryu, maybe like Dalsim and Nikali, should have had an entirely separate plot that never even touched the other plot. Ryu should never have come back to beat Bison. That should have not been a thing. It should have been Chun-Li and Nash against Bison. It should have been Chun-Li finally actually having a fight in the game, and then it should have been Nash like having the suicide to beat him, and that should have been it. Didn't hit. You know, Balrog's got a pretty good backdash. Nash's V-Skill buff is actually kind of good. It's still, -5 makes it really hard to use, but I was caught off guard by the damage. It's a bit weaker than Crutch Fierce, so if you can do Crutch Fierce instead. Well, I don't know. V-Skill is probably better than Crutch Fierce now if you have the ability to use both. Because V-Skill builds a pretty good amount of V-meter. In addition to only losing 10 damage. It builds like a third of a V-bar or something, or like half a V-bar. It's like a third. Somewhere in that territory. It's not even that slow. Ryu and Bison have almost nothing to do with each other. That's the part that really pisses me off. I think even if he managed to recover in time to block, he would have had a really hard time to find anything to do there. Teleport, he could have teleported. If he recovered in time. Could have teleported through Bison and then Ultra'd. I don't even know if Ultra would have worked. It would have depended on the timing. Since Balrog's Ultra goes through projectiles and Seth Ultra is a projectile. Nikali should have had less relevance to the main plot too, and like Nikali should have been as strong or stronger than like any other. Like we should have not had a context of how powerful Nikali was, except that he was beating Ryu. And maybe they could have done a lead into Akuma or something. In Alpha, Bison wants him for the Dark Kato. If you play as M. Bison in Street Fighter Alpha 3, Ryu is the last boss. Fun fact. And Canon Alex is actually pretty strong. Albeit not as strong as Ryu. Oh no. This is 2018 126 USF4 Evo Japan 2018 starting over the Origin B. So it's some kind of USF4 event that was going on for Evo Japan, either before or during. Jump short as an anti-air. Thinking. That should work. Oh. Okay, that ultra's a little bit slower than I remember. That can anti-air though, in terms of hitbox and invincibility. Just need the right speed, the right timing rather. I thought that might hit him on the ground, but he recovered in time. Yeah, Hakan has this little tiny jump arc, and that's why he landed so quickly. Hakan can barely clear a high tiger shot with like a perfect jump. The way they should have done Nikali is, oh shit, it's Nikali, we need to get the hell out of here. Which is kind of what they did, but they did it badly. Every scene with Nikali present should have been focused around running away from Nikali. Interesting little juggle there. I think that's actually a free juggle state to get far medium kick. Far hard kick, excuse me. So he could have done something else. Didn't have to be a snake strike. Oof. That's the Brady low strong of this game. I'd enjoy a Street Fighter where Ryu and Dalsum go off on an adventure together. Oh, no cancel. Should have started with St. Fierce. When are they going to reveal that Akuma is really Ryu's father? I've been waiting for that reveal for 20 years. Akuma is one of the best examples of an edgelord I've ever seen in any video game. I gotta admit. They should add a character called Chad Akuma, and then they should rename the existing Akuma Virgin Akuma. And the Chad Akuma should be completely serene. And all his attacks instantly kill. And he faces the opposite direction while fighting. He faces away from you and all of his attacks go the other way. But when he fights those fireballs, they go all the way around the screen. He just attacks behind him. Akuma Buddies High. That should be his name on the roster. DJ Buddies High, maybe. Oh yeah, Street Fighter Babies. That'd be a good game. You get a 20-year-old Akuma. You got a 4-year-old Rose. Most of the roster isn't even born. Again, it's just as old somehow. Akuma is not Ryu's father, but technically it's not disproven. Ryu is a quote-unquote orphan. With strong ties to Goken's discipline, martial arts area. He was raised by Goken and Retsu. Just slide. Walk-in low forward was actually a better play. He just missed it up. In lore, Shoryuken is lethal. Akuma's uppercut should kill people. The demon has killed Gotetsu. He's the only one. Oh no, Bison 2. Goken is canon alive. Confirm all the ships? What? Who are the ships? Do we have Street Fighter ships? The only ship I can even think of is fucking Juri and Kami. Bison didn't even survive it, he died. They just made a new Bison. Technically, Gil survives it. Gil gets demoned and resurrects.
Street Fighter 4! The craziest and wildest fighters have assembled from around the world to join in the fight. But only one will be declared the best.
Kami X Jerry, I said. Jerry seems to have taken an interest in Kami, if you know what I mean. Although I have no doubt that Junie is a lesbian too. They all are. Every single doll. I can just tell. Call it Gaydar. That punish. What does Rolando have there? EX Patriot Circle. I can't remember what else he gets. I feel like he doesn't get anything. after a far jab like that. It's just the expatriate circle.
Will the tide of battle turn? Fight! Let's go on. The fight is underway. These two challengers will walk into the
They should add Junie. Add Overhauler. I like Junie a lot. She's my favorite character to play in Alpha 3. I haven't played Alpha 3 in a minute now, I think about it.
pull out all the stops. Fight!
Some strong is such a strange normal for Merlento. The hits are all very, very close together, and if you ever don't get the last hit, then you get a juggle state. There is decent evidence that Kami is in fact a lesbian. And when I say decent evidence, I mean headcanon. Listen, no one in any Street Fighter game has sexuality. Okay? Name a single character who has any sexuality at all. Okay, Ibuki is extremely... Sea Viper has a husband, or rather an ex-husband. We don't know shit about Poison sexuality. I'm pretty sure Poison and Hugo have nothing indicating that they're romantic. Laura doesn't have sexuality, dude. Laura's accidentally sexual. That's like the whole premise of her character. Is that she's like a giant slut, but she's just trying to be fucking... or she comes off as a giant slut when she's just trying to be playful.
Ultra Street Fighter 4! Who will bask in the glory and adoration that comes with being declared the world's greatest fighter?
Gal has a kid too. Gal has a daughter. Dalsum has a wife and son. Do you think Gal taught his daughter how to throw sonic booms?
Fight locale. It's the battle of the century. Fight! There's the first hit.
Ooh, that was hilarious. He got hit out of. 7 kids. That's the correct number. I am dead certain that Dalsum can grow his cock. They should add a penis button in addition to the 3 punches and 3 kicks. And it should be all the men plus Poison. I guess I need a button for women too. Would it just be vagina or would it be like titties or something?
What will happen now? Fight!
How much damage do you think Stan Penis would do from Dalsum? Like 5, 6? I feel like it wouldn't be that much. I feel like it would be less than 10. I feel like there already is a sex-based fighting game. And yet I can't think of one in particular. Small standing penis. I like that. Maybe it could OTG. Maybe penis could hit them while they're on the ground. Tattoo Assassins. That real game that exists. Goken. What kind of bizarre ass counter pick is this? Goken's not even good against Rufus. EX penis. Neat. All fireballs are a free juggle state. They also don't increase juggle state if you combo into them. Goken has free juggle states for days. He only has a few knockdowns that don't cause free juggle state. And he also only has a few attacks with Pursuit Property, aka juggle potential. It's like neutral. It's like Ultra 2, neutral jump, hard punch, and neutral jump, hard kick. Or I think any jump, hard kick. It's like a very small list. He has like alarmingly few attacks that work in a juggle state. Whoa. Can't believe that worked. That might work. Yeah. That's not enough to kill, is it? Nope, not quite. Ooh. You can die if you run out of armor. If you run out of health during armor. But Rufus had to do like another 70 damage or so to actually kill Goken there. So there wasn't any danger from that jump in. But you know, I just wanted to remind everyone that you can die while armoring in this game. I feel like both of those parries were so obvious. Does Goken have the best backs of hands of any video game character? They clearly spent a long time on the backs of his hands. Huh. Doesn't he get more corner carry from doing the Tatsu? He gets generously more damage. Maybe he was trying for the on the way up hit. I just missed it. Yeah, if you go to 0 health, it starts deducting from gray. And if you go to 0 gray, then you're dead. That was definitely a free juggle state. We can now confirm. Ooh. This is going to do a shit ton. Or not. That's a nice little setup, though. Huh? Huh? He was trying to style, and he accidentally ruined his own combo. That was a choke. That was Choke City. He's trying to get cute. He better not lose because of that. That's embarrassing. Goken's got really limited options right now because of that Ultra 2 from Rufus. He's almost at a point where he can chip out with it. No, he definitely is. Even with Ultra Double, it's going to chip out. I can also go through Fireballs. Just do it, just do it. He didn't do it! I would have done it. The F80C after the EX was good from Goken, but he should have just gone straight to Ultra 1. Rufus' theme, though. It's perfect. If they added armor break to Street Fighter V, it would only affect a few characters, and it makes it a lot harder to balance. Certain matchups, if characters had a good armor break, it would help them a lot against certain other characters. Goken has really strong punish combos. I feel like you shouldn't even be using Jury's counter in a context where the opponent can possibly get a reversal. But yeah, it was definitely a stop meaty focus kind of stuff. No, I like that you don't die. That's actually really important. They really want to make it in Street Fighter V so that you have to get killed by like a mix-up. If Geef didn't have unlimited armor, I shouldn't say unlimited armor, if Geef didn't have the ability to live through armor, his reversal options would be kind of shit. Not that V-Skill is a true reversal. Or is it? Isn't that a thing? VT1 V-Skill is a true reversal. I know VT1 V-Skill has infinite armor. He should probably have that for both triggers. Remember that picture of the Street Fighter 4 vanilla character select where every single character is Ken? Except I think Sagat. It was like 24 Kens plus Sagat. V-Skill always has frame 1 armor? Shit. I feel like I once tested that and it didn't, but that might have been during the beta. Or I might be misremembering it with another character. I might be thinking of like Ryu's V-Skill or something. I haven't thought about it in a really long time. I've definitely seen Geef players do frame 1 armor, but I thought it was a VT1 thing. Oof. If memory serves, Street Fighter V actually has a infinite prevention system, where if you get a combo of like 99 actions, it might be 99 hits, it might be 99 actions, I don't remember. The next one causes a like instant knockdown. It's impossible to see that infinite prevention system except in training mode. with like infinite meter. And I don't even remember who can do that. Needs to be a character who can keep the opponent grounded.
Goken wins. Ultra Street Fighter 4.
It might have been a mod that allowed that, so that we could see the infinite prevention system. Oh yeah, couldn't Guile very briefly naturally hit it with like a very perfect combo? Was that a thing?
The battle has begun. Fight!
Does Guile have a way to get that many hits? Jerry can dash under fireballs in this game. It works with almost every fireball. It's not very easy. I guess Guile can definitely do an infinite with infinite V meter. Maybe just do VT1s over and over. I don't think Makoto has a dash under fireballs. I don't think anyone but Jerry does. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Oro does. And I'll have you guys know that 12 can walk under them. I don't sleep. But now that you say that, I probably should leave. I think I'm good till the end of this video, though. Only 15 more minutes. Hakan can pretend your fireballs don't exist, if he's oily. You can do focus forward dash instant jab. Technically speaking, Gen can focus attack a fireball, then Kara cancel that into a stance change. And get a 1-frame armor with no recovery. Well, that was cute. Chun-Li and Rose can focus the first hit of your EX fireball, then dash away, and then focus the second hit of your EX fireball, and then dash in. Uh-oh. Is the video over? Oh, motherfucker. That's it. That was the last match. Tut tut. I wasn't mentally ready to leave yet. No, let's not watch this one. Let's watch this one. Oh yeah, Dawson. Very slowly over the course of who knows how many streams, I've watched 2 hours and 18 minutes of this massive Acho EX2 Plus video. The counter that was blocked. Delete this. Nanase is one of my favorite characters in this game. This shit is loud as fuck for me. I hate Area's face. I also hate Area's entire moveset. It feels like she can make you block very easily, but she can't open you up almost at all. Which is aggravating. Missed the link. Got it that time. Stay medium kick, and then wreck us from there. Having a medium kick that went that far and also canceled into a safe attack, that would break Street Fighter V so fast. They brought back pretty much everyone, haven't they? Have they confirmed Sharon yet? She's my favorite. Crackerjack got announced recently, right? And Volcano Rosso as well, I think. More command grabs you can combo out of in fighting games. Just hit him with the cane, dude. Do the hard one. Take it back, you would have died. As long as Sharon's confirmed. I hope FLEX does pretty well, and then I hope that they do a Capcom crossover. These are things that I want. This combo's cool. It lasts kind of... Oh, it fell out. What a bad combo. It's jumping. Help. Area, go away. Early jump light kick? That might be medium kick actually, it's hard to say. Just excel. That's how to play this game. They punish the Coach Fierce with a throw. You guys watch that Brussels shit? Where were you when it was an Armika against a Nash and a Kareen? And who else was it? Who was third? One-Shot was Nash and Kareen. Oh, Problem X, and Bison and... What, Abigail? I didn't see if he was playing Abigail. I saw a lot of Bison though. I am working tonight. That's kind of a weird character select, you know? Those are characters that people have been saying kind of bad things about. I haven't heard anyone say anything positive about Mika in a while. And certainly not Nash. I love this infinite. It's not really an infinite. Muted infinite. Oh, I was gonna leave, but it's Shadow Geist. I'll watch just a little bit. I do like Shadow. I will stay comf. That's probably a punish. I like his travel along the ground super. I like his 2 air specials. I don't like that move so much. I like his little shoulder charge. Slow ass overhead. I like his air demon. Ooh. Dead. This stage is very cool, and this music is also very cool. This game was before its time. That's the super I like. Unfortunately, he did a bad time. The completions from that super look really cool. Death Energy. Love that. Did you get it? No. You want only one bounce there. Whoa. Alright, where's the Wild Excel? He's got a lot of meter. Just do it. Surprised he hasn't yet. Pretty sure he could have killed off with that low forward punishing. He dropped, but then a chip. Yes, the air demon. That super animation is so sick. It's a cool attack with a cool animation. Ooh. Yeah, look at this. Love this combo. Oh, he's doing an Excel ender. He dropped it. That was rad though. I never see that ender. I usually see jump hard punch into another jump hard punch into air flip kick. Oh, he tried to whiff punish it and still got it. Hit. That probably lasts a while. You gotta watch for the recovery. This combo's so cool. Got another one. Doesn't quite have the meter for one more. Oh, it's over. Oh, that was fast. And the Shadow Guys didn't even get to do anything. Alright, this is officially a character I'm not fussed about. I'm going to bed.